Yep.
Could you roll his back window down for me, because the tent? The back one, I can't see through it. I don't know if anybody's sitting in the back, that's it. Just roll the back window down for me real quick. Is there anybody in the back of your car? I can't see through it. I don't really feel comfortable walking past it. Is there anyone in the back of your car, sir? Sir? It's just a yes or no. Is there anyone in the back of your car? I see your hands. You're good. I'm not worried about it. I just can't see through your window. That's it. Because the tent's too dark.
Alright guys, today's video shows exactly why so many people are losing trust in law enforcement. What you're about to watch are several real interactions where officers immediately assume the public doesn't know their rights. And as usual, that assumption quickly falls apart. The first situation begins with officers trying to pressure a man into allowing government representatives into his home during an investigation involving his ex-wife. Now listen carefully, because this is where things get interesting. The man calmly asks a simple question that should always be asked in situations like this: do you have a court order? Instead of answering directly, the officers attempt to talk around the issue, suggesting cooperation is the easier path. But this citizen isn't buying it. He understands that just because someone works for the state doesn't mean they automatically gain access to his private property.
What's going on, man? Is there anyone in the back of your car? Is there anyone in the back of your car? I'm actually, the only reason for the stop, it's an investigative stop, just dodged me 3 times. I was traveling behind you on 85, and you pulled off in front of me, and as soon as I was behind you, you turn off, and then get immediately behind me, and we go all the way down to the BP there. You pull off in the BP, as soon as I'm behind you, turn around, come back northbound, go 314, and then you dodge me another time. So that's the only reason to stop. You got your license on you? Is there any reason why you were driving in that maneuver or in that way? Or I see your hands, you're good. Was there any reason you were driving in that way, sir? 12:45. Copy it. 27. You're good, man. It's just an investigatory stop. We're allowed to do that. Articulable reasonable suspicion. 056-214-433. Repeating 056-214-433. I assume you're the registered owner of the vehicle.
Because this is where the pressure tactics begin. The officers repeatedly warn the man that if he doesn't cooperate, the children could end up being taken away. That kind of statement is designed to scare people into compliance. But the man stands his ground and makes it crystal clear that the investigation involving his ex-wife has nothing to do with him. And legally speaking, he's absolutely right to demand proper documentation. Instead of producing a warrant or court order, the conversation turns into a back-and-forth argument about authority. One officer even claims that certain government employees have more rights than the public. That statement alone raises serious concerns. The Constitution doesn't grant extra rights to government workers over citizens. Yet this situation shows how easily officials try to blur that line when they believe someone will simply give in.
Do you just not like being around police? I mean, that's pretty valid. I mean, is that your current address, Columbus? Oh no. Are you from Columbus or Morrow? Sir? You alright, man? Oh, you can talk. Dude, you're not in no trouble, man. You're good. You can talk to me. I see you got your hands out. You're good, bro. I'm just trying to get information from you. They're just not talking. You don't have to talk to me, but everything's good on his license. Everything's good on the vehicle. I just couldn't get past the back window. He didn't want to roll down because I couldn't see the tent. There's nobody in there, I don't think. That's the only reason for the stop. Is that the the way you were driving multiple times. So that's all I was trying to figure out. Why you were driving in that manner.
Hey, how's it going? Couple Jordan with favor, man. Is everything okay? You have his ID?
Yeah.
Alright, now the tension really starts to build. The man explains that he's already separated himself from the situation by ensuring his ex-wife no longer lives at the property. From his perspective, the issue should already be resolved. But the officials continue insisting that they still need to check on the children's safety. Now here's the key moment: the man repeats his request for a court order signed by a judge. That's the legal pathway required if authorities want to force entry or conduct certain inspections. Without it, they're relying purely on voluntary cooperation. And this is where many people unknowingly surrender their rights. But not this guy. Instead, he calls out what he believes is harassment, explaining that police have repeatedly shown up because of his ex-wife's situation. In other words, frustration has been building long before this camera started recording.
There you go. You're good. It's just here. Here. I'm gonna sit it there. All right. You see it? It's right there. You're good to go. All right. Good talking to you. Have a good day. You're good.
I mean,
I feel threatened. Now you're being recorded.
Well, I don't know why you're being threatened. And guess what? You're being recorded too on body cam. Body cam.
You're lucky he hadn't been
So,
recorded from the get-go.
It has been recorded from the get-go.
He's been the only man that's been doing his job.
It has been recording from the get-go. So if you like to argue about it, I don't care.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not doing anything. It's gonna be on you.
I know you ain't gonna do nothing.
So as soon as they take their truck, you're on your own.
He's not being reasonable, and neither is the other gentleman. And now they're being recorded.
I couldn't hear you.
I said he is not being reasonable, and neither is the other gentleman.
Who's the other gentleman?
The officer that just came over and told you that y'all are about to get sued, man.
Okay, so how can we get rid of this situation and make it better? What do we need to do?
I need to be able to get my things out of this truck comfortably.
Okay, can I help you?
No.
Why?
Why would you?
Okay.
Why would you want to? Just to see what I got?
Now we move to a completely different encounter, but the theme remains exactly the same: authority versus citizen rights. A driver is pulled over after an officer claims he was avoiding police multiple times on the road. The officer approaches cautiously and immediately asks whether anyone is sitting in the back seat because the window tint makes it difficult to see inside. At first glance, that may sound like a safety concern, but what follows becomes much more interesting. The driver chooses not to engage in conversation at all. He keeps his hands visible but refuses to answer questions. And believe it or not, that is completely legal. People often assume they are required to chat with officers during stops, but the truth is you generally have the right to remain silent. This silent response clearly throws the officer off balance.
Got my truck?
No, I don't care what you have in your truck.
Well, then you don't need to help me.
All right, then.
I know y'all are
Are you
investigating. You don't need to investigate
We're
me.
not investigating anything.
You don't have no reason to investigate me. You should be investigating that company instead of harassing me, like this man did from the get-go. Why did you harass me from the get-go for my ID when you don't have any probable cause to ask me for my ID?
So, hold on here. Don't be a street lawyer. We don't need probable cause.
I'm not a street lawyer. I'm just lawfully inclined, my man.
Okay, we got called here, right?
But retards.
Okay, I understand. Whatever you think of them. We don't need probable cause to ask for your ID, okay? We're investigating a situation.
You do need probable cause to ask me for ID.
Okay, so here's what I can tell you. If you don't give us your ID, and if we keep asking, then we can arrest you. You want to be arrested, or do you want to
be
go
sued?
about your day?
You want to be sued?
Sure, I don't care. I'm just telling you what can happen.
You and that other
We don't
gentleman
wanna
are going to
do
lose
that.
their job. He'll be the only man that keeps his job.
We don't want to do that. So why don't you just get your shit and go?
I'm trying.
Nobody's stopping you.
Leave me alone.
Nobody's stopping you.
Do you have the keys to the truck?
He's stopping me. He's asking, look, see what he's
Do
saying?
you have the keys to the truck?
I got my keys.
Okay, are these the keys? Before you go in there,
Please forward.
before you go in there, where are the keys to this truck?
Right here.
Okay. We need to hand them back to the owner.
After I get my
You
things
are
out
not
of the
the
truck.
owner, right?
After I get my things out of the truck.
Okay. So
Alright guys, this part perfectly demonstrates how uncomfortable silence can make law enforcement during an encounter. The officer repeatedly asks the same questions, trying to get the driver to explain his driving behavior. But the driver continues doing something very simple, nothing. No explanations, no arguments, no admissions. Just silence. Eventually the officer explains that the stop was based on what he calls reasonable suspicion due to the driver allegedly avoiding him several times along the road. Whether that suspicion holds up legally is another discussion entirely. What's fascinating is watching the officer attempt to keep the conversation going while the driver simply refuses to participate. After running the license and confirming everything checks out, the situation begins losing momentum. Without cooperation from the driver, the officer has very little to work with.
we'll find out from them. They may want the keys.
Stop
They
trying
may
to
have
be
you
smart,
open the
man.
door
Stop
up.
trying to be smart. You ain't smart.
Okay, that's
Y'all
fine.
just need to get out of my way. Let me get my
No, I'm
things.
not. You're not
Roll it
gonna-
on the street like you're asking me to do.
You're not going to go down the street just yet. You're not going to do the same just yet.
Y'all see what he's saying?
How much stuff do you have in the car?
A lot.
Traveling stuff, blankets, pillows, all that.
I got everything in that truck, man. For my life.
Okay. In the back too, or just in the front? Like, does it have a sleeper in the back?
Yep.
Okay. All he wants back is his truck and his keys.
That's fine. I'm just trying to get my stuff out now.
Okay.
Like it seems
How-
like y'all
how
are
can-
threatening me,
no,
man.
nobody's threatening you. How can we do this peacefully where you can get your stuff?
Move and let me get my stuff out of the truck.
Okay, the only reason why we're not going to just allow you to go in by yourself is we don't know what's in there.
That's
Hold on. I'm not going to.
that's not gonna work, man.
Okay, well, I'm telling you what's going to work.
You got to
So we're
call.
gonna-
You got to
we're
call
gonna-
somebody else.
gonna
You got to
assist-
call your superior
He's
here.
right here. We're
What
going
do you
to.
need? What do
Okay.
you want, sir?
He's harassed me from the get-go,
Okay.
asking me one for my ID when he has no probable cause to ask me for ID.
Okay.
This guy's mad because I'm not.
Now things start wrapping up with that traffic stop, and it becomes clear that the officer doesn't actually have anything substantial. The license checks out, the registration checks out, and no violations are confirmed. At this point the officer tries a softer approach, casually asking if the driver simply doesn't like being around police. It almost sounds like an attempt to break the tension or get some kind of response. But the driver stays consistent and continues saying nothing. Eventually the officer returns the identification and tells him he's free to go. And just like that, the entire encounter ends. What began as an investigatory stop ends without any citation or further action. It's a perfect example of how knowing your rights, including the right to remain silent, can drastically change the outcome of a police interaction.
Talking to him the way he wants me to talk to him. Now he's mad because I'm talking to him the way I'm talking to him.
How do we want to settle this?
I just want to get in the truck, get my things out now that I'm being harassed.
Like your personal belongings?
I got everything in that truck,
What's
and
everything?
he's trying to make it seem as if I have to give him my ID or he's going to take me to jail.
What's
That's not
everything?
happening. Everybody gets sued.
What's everything?
All my personal belongings,
How
man.
many bags?
I got a lot of stuff in there. I mean,
But
just
you're willing to get it all out?
I have to get it out
Yeah.
because it seems that it's as if my truck's getting snatched from me at this very moment.
How do we get you from here to wherever you need to go after that?
I'll figure that out. Nobody's taking me anywhere.
Yeah. We'll figure it out for you.
No, what?
We'll figure it out.
No, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to.
We'll let you figure it out.
Yeah.
So we just come back and let him get his stuff out.
I got my key. I got the keys. If I'm going to enter that truck, that means I can use the keys to get my things out. He don't need my keys while he's. You're not getting my keys and you're not getting my ID, buddy.
Well, he's a driver. Now, he's contracted to drive that truck?
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get your stuff. Yeah?
Now, please move out of my way.
Yeah.
Golly, dude. Jackass.
Now let me know in the comments which interaction do you think was the worst one. But this is why it is so important for you to know your rights and to help us to bring awareness to the rest of the public. So don't forget to support the channel by subscribing, like the video and leave a comment to reach more people. And remember, always record the police.